Strong Black Super Chemist. It's a video series called The Deep State. I think this is part 12. Oh, I forgot that one thing. And I think we left off talking about, how the deep state has tentacles going into here, and there, and one of the places was the cabal, which is the tentacle of the deep state that goes into the Hollywood celebrities, art, anything with entertainment, music, that'd be P. Diddy, he'd be the puppet, up at the top almost, but not part of the royals. And then you have this other tentacle of because this all stems from Samuel Hinckley, right? And then you go back to, King Edward I in the 1300s in England. But in America, it starts out mostly with Samuel Hinckley. And the Hinckley branch, right, and then these old branches go down to the presidents, but the Hinckley branch that stays, where their last name stays Hinckley, like John Hinckley, the guy who shot Reagan, they're all, and not all of them, but there's a lot of them that are in the Mormon church, and that's why I'm putting the cabal stuff in this Mormon church. I'm putting it in the MK Ultra videos that I'm going to do, because they're very similar. A lot of pedophilia, brainwashing, you know what I mean? You see what's happening with Diddy. They're giving him the GHB. That sounds fishy, man. And I want you to think about this. I call the cabal, right, that's in Hollywood, the tentacle of the deep state, the cabal, I call them the gay mafia. And I want you to realize this and understand this, that like 100%, or say 95% of every mega star is gay. Okay? And I don't mean like, they're straight and then they get in there and they're like, they turn them gay. No. Or, they become gay just because they gotta do it, to be part of the group or whatever, No. They won't pick you to be a megastar if you aren't gay. You know what I mean? Like Tupac. And just listen to their music. Or Tupac, you watch a video of him before he became a rapper. Like, I mean, he was still a rapper, but before he became famous, he's gay as hell, man. You can tell from the way he's talking, man. He's like, yeah, my mom, she raised me right to, you gotta treat the woman right. Nah. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. Then you got, what is it, Biggie Smalls? He's got a transsexual in several of his videos talking about how he likes the transsexuals. All these people that are megastars, every one of them. I've never heard anything about The Rock, but he's a megastar. Psst. Is he gay? And remember, it can't be 100%. It's probably like 95%. But like Oprah, she's gay. All these mega people that are celebrities, Beyonce, Jay-Z, every last one of them are gay or bi. And that goes into their 100-year plan that they went up, because that helps to destroy the family unit, you know what I mean? These rap singers or whatever, they're just feminizing men and masculinizing women with their music. The same way with the movies and the TV, they're just all trying to destroy the family unit. And how do you destroy the family unit? Well, a family normally is, a man and a woman, or at least two adults, right? A man and a man, or a woman and a woman, whatever. And then you got your kids. No. Now nobody has gender. Nobody has whatever. Everyone's just selfish. There's no family. They're just trying to, That's why that's why they do this new religion, right? And I want you to think about this. They have this new woke religion, the LGBT religion, right? They're the same religion, right? And look at what practice they've had, right? That's why I'll bring this up in the MK Ultra videos. They've had the practice, they've had 200 years of this Mormon church that they created and that they segregated from the rest of society. And, you know, because the Mormons in Utah, what, nobody can get in there. They're all related. They're all inbred. You know, they have their own, just like the Amish. But I don't think the Amish is as evil as the Mormons. I think the Amish are just, the Amish. I'm sure they have pedophilia rampant through there, whatever, too. But I don't think it was created just for that sole purpose. I think this Mormon thing is just, they're just basically using these people as guinea pigs, figuring out how to make a religion, how to brainwash, what works to, how far can I push these people? How do I push them? What do I do to them? I do this to this person and, exclude him and be mean to him this one day and see how he reacts. Or do, you know what I mean? It's just all an experiment to these people. And look at all the practice that they've had in, making a religion. That's what that branch, the Mormon branch, is all about. They're about, let's make a religion that destroys families. You know what I mean? Once, that was the new thing. So they had all this practice. But anyway, yeah, think about that. Anytime you see a mega star that's a mega celebrity, like Kim Kardashian, she's got to be gay. They're all gay. Every last one of them. You know what I mean? It's to destroy it. First of all, you can blackmail them easier. You can get them to go to parties and then get them, date, rape, drug them up and get them to do weird stuff with kids and this and that. And now they're really, deep. They're real slaves at that point. But anyways, like I said, the whole, these people aren't all linked up together, right? Like I said, there's a king or the family at the top of the deep state. Within the deep state is at the top, and and they keep track of all the family members. You know what I mean? They're the only ones, though. I'm sure the other lower, the middle royals and the lower royals, they ain't, following the genealogy. But the top tier does, because they want to, because they know, because they're just watching these families, as they go, what I mean, as they grow and continue, and they know everything about them. So it's easy to snag one up and corrupt them, or MK Ultra them, like they did with their relative John Hinckley and their relative Lee Harvey Oswald. Were they MK Ultra? You know what I mean? They're like relatives? Is that what happened? Like all of a sudden you have a lot of coincidences with this MK Ultra stuff and the religion thing and the brainwashing. It's like you got a lot of things linked up. But anyways, yeah. So, and then if they find someone that's, one of the family members, and these family members, they don't know that they're related to the deep state, you know what I mean? They're so far down the line, But if they see someone that's got potential to be president, he's got a good charisma and, blah, 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 they'll swoop in, help him out, get him corrupt, so that they can they're going to have evidence on him, And that's what, that's what the Skull and Bone Society and other secret organizations like the Freemasons are for. They're for bringing in puppets, okay? Don't get me wrong, some of the deep state is in these lower, but the Skull and Bones is really nothing. They're not the deep state. They're in the Masons. They're not the deep state. There are deep state members involved, don't get me wrong, but they ain't the deep state. They're a recruiting ground for puppets for the deep state. You know what I mean? So 99% of the people that are in the Skull and Bones, they're just very corruptible people. So they let them in. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, how corrupt is it? And they get them involved a little bit more, and then now they got them by the balls. Now they're and they become part of the deep state. Some people won't play ball. They get into the Skull and Bones, and they're like, oh, I can't play God. And they leave them alone. They don't kill them. They just leave them alone. Oh, well, you don't want to be in deep state? Don't be in deep state. We'll get someone who will. We need puppets, not, And, yeah, they're just pawns, fishing for puppets that they can use for the deep state. That's why you always hear, like, George Bush and them, they were, oh, he's in the Skull and Bones, or this president was in the Masons. Yeah, he was in there because they got to have some deep state in there, people in there to find the puppets. And find out which ones are corruptible enough. So anyways, like I said, they go out into the Federal Reserve Bank. There's tentacles everywhere, to the UN, to the WEF, the EU, the UN. I said, the World Bank, the Federal Reserve Bank. All these places, are just tentacles, but just at the top. And then they just jump around. The guy at the top, UN ambassador, he might be there, and then the next couple years, that same guy, he might be the director of CIA, and then two years later, he's the Secretary of State. 2 years later, he's Secretary of War. They just move around, same people, That's how you can tell which ones are, the deep state, because they just move around. They go back to BlackRock, over to here, like, what was Cheney, right? Who's related to the Bushes, right? Cheney's the president of Halliburton, and then he's the vice president, and then he starts the Iraq War, destroys Iraq. And then, remember, he started out as the president of Halliburton. Now, after the Iraq War, he is vice president with his relative George Bush. They give a $2 billion contract to Halliburton, who Cheney had been president of, right? A $2 billion contract to go in and, rebuild their country after they destroyed it. And let me tell you this, I guarantee you, I never get into it, but I bet you $1 million Cheney at one time was a president of one of the munitions factories, businesses or whatever, companies. Because they just jump around. But anyways, the globalists are the deep state. Because that's their plan, their 100-year plan that I'm going to get into sooner or later, is to globalize. Like I said before, they want to put an RFID computer chip inside us, in our skin, so that they can put all our monetary stuff. They need something big like a world war, and then they can change the monetary system like they did with World War II and what they did with World War I. And that's what they want to do. They want to change the monetary system. They want everything to be on the chip. That way you can't have rent anything, get a job, buy food. You can't do anything. Rent a car, get on a bus. You can't do anything without your chip. And they have the power to just shut it off for the whole globe. The entire globe. Because they're globalists. They want everyone on it. And I want you to keep in mind, they've already started this in third world countries right now. They have it where they don't have the chip. They're not doing it with the chip yet, right? They're doing it with their eyeball, right? Instead of a chip, now in some third world countries, you can't do anything. Like the UN gives them money, gives them food, gives them whatever, right? All this stuff that the UN gives them. Now, no. If you don't have your eyeball checked and you're not in the computer, then you can't get nothing. So anytime that you want to say anything bad or get against the government, they just turn your thing, not your eye, they turn your eyeball thing off so it doesn't work